is Merlin the Mediocre. But today I'm here simply to talk to you as a magician. Now, I'm sure you've heard talks like mine before. You've heard the writers tell you that you can and should follow your dreams of writing. You've heard the athletes tell you you can and should follow your dreams of athletics. And today I am here to tell you that you can and should not follow your dreams of becoming a magician. Now then, there are 5 reasons that you should not become a magician. The first reason is that the livelihood of us magicians depends on you all not knowing magic. The second reason is that when you become a magician, it messes with your sensibilities. It starts to blur the lines of what is possible and what is impossible. For example, you and I both know that it would be impossible for one to take 2 completely solid rings and pass them through each other. But being a magician, it seems to me that that would be entirely possible.
That was me a year ago. I've been fascinated by magic for my entire life, and in 3rd grade, I started performing in the school talent show. In that year, I gained my new persona, Merlin the Mediocre. In the following years, I became more and more dedicated to magic. I read every book I could find, from 5-page pamphlets to 500-page textbooks. I watched videos for hours on end, some of which demonstrated the techniques behind the tricks, while others I tried to figure out the secrets myself. My goal was not only to perform, but to understand every facet of the science, psychology, and acting to this art. Every year, I asked for new decks of cards, rope, magic handkerchiefs, whatever it was I needed for the newest effect. And every year, I spent the gift cards I received on magic. Everywhere I went, around the house, to school, to restaurants, to scout meetings, everywhere I carried at least 2 decks of cards. And by this time, if you asked me to perform a trick, it made my day. When I was performing, I was the happiest I had ever been in my life. Magic was my passion, my life, my reason to be. And then, last summer, Merlin the Mediocre died. And I didn't notice. I didn't realize a thing until a few weeks into the school year. I had joined the TED Club, and I had a problem. I couldn't come up with a single idea, passion, or interest for me to write my talk on. Finally, our TEDEd facilitator, or teacher, Mr. Cotton, pulled me aside to discuss the problem. Knowing that I enjoyed magic, he asked me if there was a reason I hadn't considered writing my talk on magic. I didn't answer at the time, but as I thought about it, what I realized was that I didn't really consider it because I didn't care about it anymore. At some subconscious level, magic was no longer important to me because it no longer gave me joy. And the worst aspect of it was that I knew when I lost my passion for magic, I hadn't lost it to some new and growing hobby. It had simply left, leaving nothing but a void. Passion. What do I mean when I say passion? To me, a passion is 3 things. 1, it gives you joy. Your passion has the power to make an awful day into a great one. Secondly, a passion comes from yourself. A passion is something you actively choose to pursue on your own terms. And third, a passion takes time. It is not a one-time occurrence. It takes time to develop, and it sticks with you for an extended period of time. For me, magic began as an interest no more than my other hobbies. But over time, as I began practicing more, my passion developed, and then it stuck with me for years. But then I lost it. I let other activities crowd it out. I procrastinated more and more. I told myself that because I had exhausted the books I had, there was nothing more I could do, and that I had no choice but to put my focus elsewhere. But these were just excuses for me not wanting to accept that I wasn't the person I had been. And while I didn't realize it then, while I lost my passion for magic, I lost more than that. I lost my sense of joy and couldn't figure out why I felt so apathetic. My personality changed. I became less social, less confident, performing, and in front of large groups of people. I would avoid performing whenever I was able to. And it affected my schoolwork. I was less happy, therefore less productive, and the quality of my work declined. I realized all of this at the start of this year, and I made a decision. I was going to get my passion back. I was going to dive back into the books, start practicing again, find new people to perform for, and perform every chance I got until I regained my passion. But I failed. I'm not here today to tell you that I regained my passion. The talk is not going to end with the resurrection of Merlin the Mediocre. It's not that I didn't try. I came up with ideas of how to regain my passion, how to change my time management, embark on new large projects with magic, come at magic from completely new angles, or push my other activities to the curb until I regain my passion. But what I found was that I didn't actually want my passion back. At Christmas, my parents offered that I could go to Tannen's Magic Camp this summer. It's a camp I've been to once before, at which you spend an entire week in a camp full of magicians, learning magic in magic classes, in magic lectures, watching magic shows, and talking with your fellow magician campers. When I went, it was one of the best experiences of my life. But when my parents offered that I could go again, I realized that I couldn't because I no longer wanted to pursue magic in the same way. And that's when it hit me. I never had really wanted to be Merlin the Mediocre again. I now accept that I will never have the same passion for magic. I'm never going to give it up completely. Merlin the Mediocre changed my life forever. But the determination I felt as I practiced a move for hours, the thrill I felt every time I pulled a move without the audience seeing, the joy I felt finishing an effect and leaving the audience to wonder, that's gone. And I accept that, and I've found other passions that give me joy. As I spend less time practicing magic, I've been able to spend more time practicing the trumpet. I've been able to take extra karate classes. I've had time to spend with my friends, play my favorite board games, and to just relax. Well, sure, none of these passions are quite as magical. Together, they fill the void that magic left in me. Through this, the rise and fall of Merlin the Mediocre, I've learned that people change and move on. I thought magic was a part of me that I could never let go of. But I have, and in doing so, I've learned that it's okay. Now, if I could give you one piece of advice, it would be this. Don't lose your passion through laziness, but if you change, if your old passions are no longer giving you joy and something else is, don't feel any obligation to keep up your old passions. Don't feel guilt for not being the person you used to be. I lived with that guilt for most of a year, and now I've begun to let go. Everyone changes, and when it happens, know that it's okay. It's okay to move on. It's okay to find new passions. Don't feel any obligation to be the person you used to be. What's important is that you find something that gives you joy now, regardless of whether it was what you were passionate about before. Find what gives you joy now and pursue that. Thank you.